What if the most disturbing scandal of the 21st century wasn't just about one man, but an entire world of celebrities, billionaires, and cultural icons orbiting around him in plain sight? Because when Jeffrey Epstein's files began surfacing, the public expected politicians and tycoons. What nobody expected were magicians, Oscar-winning directors, sports legends, and beloved entertainers appearing in the shadows of the story. And the deeper investigators looked, the stranger and darker the connections became. David Copperfield was one of the most shocking. The world-famous illusionist spent decades creating impossible spectacles on stage, but investigators became interested in what happened behind the curtain. FBI memos tied to a 2007 investigation referenced a very close relationship between Copperfield and Epstein, including personal messages, complimentary tickets, and allegations that required further investigation. Multiple women later accused the magician of misconduct spanning decades, including allegations involving teenagers. Copperfield has strongly denied all wrongdoing and insists he knew nothing about Epstein's criminal activities. But photos with Ghislaine Maxwell and the resurfacing allegations placed him directly under public scrutiny. Then came NASCAR driver Brian Vickers. His connection ran deeper than most realized because in 2015 he married Sarah Kellen, one of Epstein's most trusted associates. Kellen was repeatedly identified in court filings as a key figure inside Epstein's operation, accused of scheduling victims, arranging travel, and assisting Ghislaine Maxwell. Vickers himself exchanged friendly emails with Epstein for years, including communications after Epstein's 2008 conviction. One email even referenced a Valentine's Day message sent to Epstein in 2019, months before his arrest. Their marriage eventually ended in divorce, but questions surrounding their relationship never disappeared. Professional sports ownership was touched too. Steve Tisch, owner of the New York Giants, exchanged deeply uncomfortable emails with Epstein discussing young women, secretive conversations, and introductions arranged by Epstein himself. In one exchange, Epstein explicitly said he did not want records of certain discussions. Tisch later insisted the women discussed were adults and denied knowledge of Epstein's crimes. But many observers found the tone of the correspondence disturbing given Epstein's history. Hollywood directors also appeared throughout the files. Woody Allen openly admitted he continued socializing with Epstein after his prison sentence, later describing him as fascinating. Emails revealed dinners, private gatherings, and social favors exchanged between the two men. Allen denied knowing the extent of Epstein's crimes, but the association reignited controversy surrounding his own decades of personal scandals. Director Brett Ratner also surfaced repeatedly. Ratner publicly claimed he barely knew Epstein and only encountered him briefly at social events. But emails and scheduling records suggested otherwise, showing continued contact well into the 2010s. Combined with the misconduct allegations Ratner already faced in Hollywood, the revelations intensified public suspicion. Even the academic world wasn't untouched. Linguist Noam Chomsky admitted Epstein became a valued friend, despite later condemning his crimes. Emails showed invitations to New York and Epstein's Caribbean island, while Chomsky later defended his meetings as intellectual discussions. Meanwhile, physicist Stephen Hawking attended scientific gatherings hosted by Epstein in the Virgin Islands. No criminal conduct was ever proven against Hawking, but the connection alone stunned the public. Then there were the celebrities who appeared in fragments, whispers, or isolated photographs. Michael Jackson was photographed with Epstein during a Palm Beach event, though reports suggest the interaction was minimal. Chris Tucker acknowledged flying on Epstein's jet during a humanitarian trip to Africa, later insisting he had no knowledge of Epstein's private life. Leonardo DiCaprio, Cameron Diaz, Bruce Willis, Jay-Z, and Pusha T all surfaced in witness testimony or conversations where Epstein allegedly bragged about knowing them. In most cases, there is no evidence of criminal wrongdoing. Some names appeared only because Epstein obsessively collected famous connections to boost his own status. And perhaps that is the most disturbing part of all. Jeffrey Epstein understood power better than almost anyone. He surrounded himself with celebrities, scientists, politicians, royalty, athletes, and billionaires because proximity created protection. Every famous face gave him legitimacy. Every powerful friendship made accusations easier to dismiss. That does not mean everyone connected to Epstein committed crimes. It does mean his network was far larger, and far more culturally influential than the public ever imagined. And decades later, the biggest mystery still remains unanswered. How many people truly knew what was happening behind closed doors and chose silence instead? Do you believe these celebrity connections expose a deeper culture of corruption in Hollywood and elite society? Or has speculation gone too far? Let us know in the comments. For more untold stories of the Golden Age, subscribe to the Star Snap.